Hi, thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. Today we're going to take a look at an ESP LTD EC-256. This guitar is a really classy looking Les Paul clone. I think the overall look of it is fantastic. It's a really classy guitar. I like the way that they've taken the Les Paul shape and just subtly changed it, kind of made it a little bit more modern in a way. And this is definitely an instrument that will look great on stage. This guitar has your classic Les Paul construction, so flame maple top on a mahogany neck and body with a rosewood fingerboard. It's a combination that you can never go wrong with if you're in the classic rock vein, the blues vein, and even like in a modern rock or metal vein. The overall build quality of the guitar is very nice. Cosmetically is basically perfect. I was very happy with it. I hadn't played an ESP or an LTD in a very long time, so it's always cool to get to check out a company that you haven't played in a while and see, you know, kind of what their quality control has been up to. The fretwork is really nice, the action was low, the guitar is really playable right out of the box, really didn't take too much tinkering in order to get it set up and then really ready to write the little original track that you guys already saw. It features two ESP humbuckers with chromed out covers, which I think is a classic look, as well as a sort of cream off-white binding around the neck and then matching binding around the body. It features your classic Les Paul three-way switch so that you can go just neck pickup, both pickups, or just bridge pickup. It also has a little bit of an updated setting for Les Paul controls. Normally a Les Paul would have 4 knobs, so a dedicated volume and tone knob for each pickup. On this one they got rid of that. You got a volume knob for your bridge and a volume knob for your neck, and then a master tone. The tone also has push-pull, so you are able to get at some of those coil-tapped, almost Strat-like kind of tones. So that's a really cool feature as well, and definitely making this guitar more versatile than your average either Les Paul or Les Paul clone. The construction of the guitar does have a set neck, just like every Les Paul should. A cool thing to point out is that there is a little scoop where they've removed wood on the back of the lower horn, making access to the top frets a little bit easier. Now, they haven't changed the actual profile or the construction of the set neck. It's the exact same kind of joint that would be on a Les Paul, but it's cool that they have removed that little bit of wood on that lower horn. Helps make playing higher easier. So now that we're about halfway through the video, if you like it, please hit like and subscribe. Here on our channel, we do product reviews, original progressive metal, instrumental music, and free music lessons. So if you like what you're seeing, make sure you comment below. Let me know what you think about how this guitar looks and sounds, and make sure you hit subscribe and that bell. I think this guitar is a fantastic instrument if you're a beginner or an intermediate, or even if you're like a weekend warrior guy in like a cover band. It's definitely giggable, it's got real nice tone, and since it's not too terribly expensive, you're not going to be super paranoid it's going to get knocked over or it's going to get some dings and dents or beer spilled on it. And if you shop around a little bit, you can even find them marked off pretty nicely, either used secondhand on like Reverb or eBay, or even sometimes popping up on Musician's Friend or websites like that. I like the modern updated inlays on the neck. It's not your traditional just Les Paul blocks. They almost look like little flags in the wind, but I think it's a cool little touch. Sort of everything is a Les Paul, but slightly modernized. You know, the way they change the shape of the headstock, the way they change the shape of the body slightly, and I think it's all real consistent with like a classic rocker looking guitar that's been just updated for the 21st century. So the only drawback on this guitar that I personally didn't like was that the back of the neck has a painted high gloss finish. A lot of guitars have that kind of finish on the neck, and it gets kind of gummed up, and it can kind of sort of slow your hand down when you're playing, especially on like slidey licks. So that's one thing that I wish it didn't have. I wish it just had like a natural wood finish with maybe like a tung oil coating to protect the wood. That's sort of what I prefer on my instruments. But that was really the only thing that I personally didn't like. Otherwise, if you were to buff up the back of the neck and it's nice and clean, it's gonna play great. It's just one of those things that I know me and I've talked to a bunch of other players don't really like. But it is consistent with the sort of kind of fancy finish that the guitar has in general. It's got that like jet black piano finish on the back of the body and the neck and onto the headstock. So thanks for watching this video. If you haven't checked out an ESP or an LTD in a while, I would definitely recommend it. It's worth your time and potentially your hard-earned money.